We are live for the 4th grade championship coming up here. It is going to be the Steel City Gators coming to you from Alabama. Check your phone. And the Georgia Warhawks here from Atlanta, Georgia. Steel City Gators in red. They have rolled through this tournament so far with 4 easy wins, taking on the Warhawks, who have also had big wins in their games as well. We are coming to you live from Roswell High School, the home of the Roswell Hornets. Should be an exciting matchup. These two teams bring a lot of heat, press defense everywhere you look out here, and it's going to be an exciting one. We're going to meet the starting lineups. The visiting Steel City Gators coming at you from Alabama in red. He's being described as a 6'7" point guard, but I don't know about that one. Number 0, Lewis. Here he comes. Get on the camera. You got him? Can you see him? Yeah, okay.
A 6'9" shooting guard going to UCLA.
Number 1, Jeremiah Williams.
A 6'9" power forward going to the University of Southern California on the West Coast. Let's welcome number 2, Braylon Ringstaff.
Number 2, Brandon Ringstaff, and the announcer here is giving him some fun.
UCLA. Let's welcome number 3, Jakari Smith.
Number 3, Jakari Smith. Not pictured.
Anybody, well, when you see Jakari, tell me we pumped him up.
Lots of fun for Jakari, even though he didn't make the trip from Alabama.
Actually, he's a power forward, shooting guard, and point guard. Let's welcome number 5, Jalen Pritchett.
Number 5, Jalen Pritchett.
A 6'7" shooting guard going to the University of Kentucky. Let's welcome number 10, James Kellen.
Number 10, James Kellen coming out.
A 6'9" point guard, skipping elementary school, skipping high school.
He's being announced as straight to the NBA out here. Number 11, Sam Doro.
A 6'5" power forward going to Georgia Tech. Let's welcome number 15.
Number 15, Ron Spears coming out to you.
A 6'8" point guard. You may have seen him last night beating up on the Miami Heat. He's playing for today for the Steel, but last night he was playing for the Sixers. Let's welcome number 23.
Number 23, Isaiah McLean.
And last, but definitely not least, he's number 1 in your hearts, parents. Number 1 in our hearts. He's a 6'9" power forward going to the University of Alabama. Let's welcome number 30, Caleb Carson.
Number 30, Caleb Carson.
Big round of applause to all of our Steel.
This is the Steel City Gators, one of the top 4th grade teams in the nation, coming to you from Alabama all the way to Roswell, Georgia. And next up are the Georgia Warhawks, the Atlanta Phenoms. They were the winners of the U.S. Basketball Regionals, profiled by Sportlespace on our YouTube page. Number 0, Ashton Preston coming out.
A 6'8" point guard going to the University of Kentucky. Let's welcome number 8, Zayden Smith.
Number 8, Zayden Smith. With the headband. Don't confuse him for LeBron James. It's Zayden Smith.
Number 11, Jason Lugo.
Number 11, Jason Lugo.
6'7" point guard, shooting guard, power forward, post player. He does it all. Number 35.
Number 35, Robert Sullivan.
A 6'9" point guard going to the University of Kentucky. Number 2, Zion Preston.
Number 2 coming out, Zion Preston. Not currently with us, but he is in our hearts.
A 6'8" power forward going to UGA. Let's welcome number 1, Jamar Hill.
Number 1, Jamar Hicks, the big man in the middle.
A 6'9" shoot guard, tell the coach. She's going to play shoot guard today, coach. He's going to play for Coach K at Duke. Number 30, Keno Brown.
Number 30, Keno Brown, stepping out. These Georgia Warhawks are ready to roll. One more to announce.
He's a 6'8" power forward, going straight to the NBA lottery this year, fans. Let's welcome number 15, Keyshawn Love.
Number 15, Keyshawn Love, and that is the Georgia Warhawks. Number one team from Alabama and the number one team from Georgia. Two fourth-grade Powerhawks, the Georgia Warhawks and the Steel City Gators, folks. It's going to be an exciting one. Today's game is brought to you by Sportlespace. Sportlespace connects communities through youth sports. Sportlespace, every practice, every game. 6-minute quarters played here in the fourth grade division of the Halftime Sports Hoops to Dunk Cancer Classic. We hope you're ready for some action. Both of these teams bring the press and they bring the heat defensively. And my man, Kim Coleman, back from announcing all the kids and making everybody feel like they're 6'7". We got two undefeated squads. The Steel City Gators have blown through the competition, 58-2 over the Alpharetta Elite, 27-6 over Top Notch, and 52-13 over EHB in the semis. And the Steel City Gators in red control the tip. Kim, we're going to see some hot defense out of both these guys. I watched both these play, and they both press full court all game long.
Both teams are very athletic, very talented, very quick on the defensive end.
Working it downside. Nice backdoor play, and that is Kellen with the first buckets of the game. And here comes that press. Trap coming at half court, working it into the corner. That's Smith, back out to Sullivan. Sullivan takes a look at the three and lets it go. Here's Preston. He's their big scorer. He had 14 in the semis. Sullivan fires from three, and it's no good. Sullivan managed 7 points, came in the semifinals, and he's one of their other big guns. It's Preston, Sullivan, and Lugo were the big scorers for them in the semis.
Sullivan is an excellent shooter from the perimeter and also a good slasher to the hole.
Shot from the corner, no good, but Williams there to clean up the mess, and he gets fouled. He will go to the free throw line. Now, free throws, Kim, at the fourth grade level, a bit of an adventure.
Well, at the fourth grade level, if you're shooting 60% as a team from the field, you're doing pretty good.
Here comes Williams with the first, and that one is no good. I got to believe, Kim, we're going to see these guys setting up the press, make or miss here.
Both teams love and feed off the press.
Williams with the first bucket is now 3-0, and here comes that press. They're in a 2-2-1. We're going to see these traps coming fast and furious. If tries to throw over the top, no good, it's intercepted. Ball bouncing around, it comes back to Williams. Williams, one of their leading scorers. He had 6 in the semifinal blowout win. Being harassed at the half-court line by Lugo.
That's one thing these teams do. Oh, well, that wasn't traveling there. But both teams pass the ball on the perimeter very well, very effectively. They look down low for their big guys, but these also, they got great three-point shooters here, Z.
Yeah, Duro looked at that three-pointer but passed up on it, but now they're rolling. And there's a lot of contact, and he goes spilling to the ground as Preston. Preston is the engine of this Warhawks team.
Z, you're going to see a lot of kids hit the ground in fifth-grade championship basketball.
I love it. I love it. Well, we'll see if the referees can keep this one moving. It is now 3-0, and that is a timeout, an early timeout there for the Warhawks. Looks like Preston got a little tangled up, and he's limping, but he's a basketball player, Casey. He's tough.
Yeah, usually he's probably limping because he did something wrong.
I know how that goes. I had a fourth-grade basketball player one day myself. We are coming to you live from the beautiful home of the Roswell Hornets. Coach Ty, our host over here, has been fantastic. Always great to work with him. And had himself a nice season here at Roswell High School from Roswell, Georgia. Steel City's going to back off here, pick them up at half court, it looks like. Their top scorers in the semifinals were number 9 Carson, number 15 Spears, each with 9, and Duro and Williams with 6. Most of their points coming off the Steels, facing a much stronger ball handling team in the Warhawks. Lugo drives, baseline jumper, no good. Rebound out to Lewis. Lewis being harassed up the sideline, and that's a foul on the Warhawks. Yeah, these teams not shy about using their fouls.
Well, the key for both teams actually is breaking the opponent's press. Whichever team can get out and run and not let the other team set up in their press will be pretty effective.
Yeah, fouls could be a real problem for the Warhawks. They come with only 2 players on their bench today. Steel City came a long way, and they brought a small village with them. They've got a whole other squad to bring in if they need it. Out to Kellen for long shooter. 2, no good along the baseline. Nice rebound by Hicks, and he'll outlet. He's got Lugo up ahead if he sees him. Too much pressure to look up.
Good steal.
Preston not able to get it there. Williams pushing the tempo again. Oh, Lugo with the big steal, and he'll go. He doesn't have numbers, but he's going to take it himself. Nice move to the basket, and it won't fall. Kellen with another rebound.
He is not bashful.
Yeah, Lugo had 12 in their semifinal win, and he was a beast in the games that I watched him play 2 weekends ago. So he's plenty happy to take the shots.
He's a fantastic little player, maybe the smallest player on the court, but with the biggest heart, and he loves to get to the rim and convert.
Williams eyes up the 3, looks to the corner. 3-pointer up and away for Lewis, and it is good. 3 up, 3 down.
He can hit those consistently, and the left side of the court is his favorite side.
And there is Lewis again. Lewis with the steal. Lugo working the ball inside to Sullivan. Sullivan takes the shot over the top of the basket, no good, and they will get out and run again.
They're running.
Duro ahead. Looks to Williams. Williams sidesteps the defender, and they have a quick 8-0 lead.
Coach Preston needs another timeout. He needs another timeout to regroup his kids.
He's going to have to count on Ashton Preston, number 0, to figure out how to get past this presser. This game could get ugly.
Yeah, it looks like the Steel City press is affecting him pretty bad right now.
Williams, nice little drive, gets to the basket. Hicks battling down low with Kellen, and he's pushed out of bounds. I don't know what the call is. It's going to be red ball. It's going to be Gators ball underneath the basket. Man, they're playing fast, aren't they?
This is not your normal 4th grade basketball team. Both of these teams, again, well, the Steel City Gators are the #1 team in Alabama and nationally ranked in the top 20, whereas the Georgia Warhawks are #1 in
Nice
Georgia.
little inside pass, and that's a bucket for Ringstaff. He comes into the game and immediately scores. Yeah, you can see why this Gators team is so well regarded around the country.
Look at their press. They move their feet. They trap with their hands. And then they create turnovers like this. But they're so well coached in that press, that 2-2-1. It is so tough to dribble through. Yeah,
Preston was working hard. Look out. Here comes Williams again. Beautiful sidestep move around the defender. Gets a good look at the basket, but it doesn't fall. Out of bounds on red, it's going to be Warhawks ball. The Warhawks are going to need somebody other than Preston to help him get this ball up the court. He can't do this all by himself.
He can't. This kid that just checked in, number 30, Carson, Caleb Carson, watch for him. Excellent ball player coming off the bench.
And right on cue, Carson with the steal, takes the contact, and they're going to call that one out of bounds. No fouls. Carson doesn't know what happened there. He thought he should have been going to the free throw line.
I kind of think he should have been going to the free throw line too, Z.
No such luck when you're playing this aggressive. The calls aren't going to go your way. Carson will throw it in, though. Carson, you said it. He came right on the court, immediately got a steal, working it around to Ringstaff in the corner. He passes up the 3-pointer. Carson's going to let it fly. Just bounces off the rim, but that's a rebound to Spears. Working it back around to the top. This is number 5, Pritchett.
Oh, good steal.
Now, look, these Warhawks can get back into it, KC, but they're going to have to figure out how to break this pressure.
They got to break the press. They can't. Oh, there's a foul.
A lot of contact. Sullivan goes down. I don't think this Warhawks team has seen a team like this. Maybe not all season, because they do not look like they are prepared for the kind of pounding they're going to take in this kind of game.
Yeah, the Steel City Gators are very aggressive on the defensive end. They apply a lot of pressure to the ball handlers. And I agree with you. I don't think the Warhawks have seen a press like this all season.
No, they're used to being able to blow by and take it one-on-one. And the only way they're going to get past a press like this is if they spread the court out enough and get themselves some passing. They're going to have to beat this with the pass. They're never going to beat it one-on-one. There's just too many waves of defenders coming in red at them.
They're going to have to start flashing their big guys in the middle.
And that's a steal for Lewis. Lewis is going to get out and run. He's got Carson ahead if he can find him. Ringstaff down low. Nope, it's going to be a 3. Up and away for Spears, no good. Rebound again. Smith coming away with the ball here. He's going to have to give that one up. Lewis with the steal and the easy bucket, and this game is getting out of control.
I've never seen the Warhawks this just discombobulated so far. I mean, the Steel City Gators press is really affecting the Georgia Warhawks. They can't get field goal attempts up right now.
Yeah, we saw this Warhawks team do pretty much the same thing to a number of opponents. They beat Eastcott Playmakers 40-9, EHB 37-10, and Top Notch 45-25, and they were the ones bringing the heat.
Yeah.
And now it's coming back at them. And I've seen these guys play. They've got enough talent to get back in this game. They're going to have to figure out how to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
They're open men. The Gators are overcommitting on defense pretty much every opportunity. They're throwing 2, sometimes 3 guys at them and into the passing lanes. And there's got to be open buckets somewhere out there.
There are. They just have to get past that first wave of defense. If they get past that first wave of defense, then it's a 2-on-1, 3-on-2 type situation.
Yeah, this has got a title boxing match type of feel to it. You got to take this first punch to the mouth and not go down. Lugo trying to take him up the right side. Here comes the extra defenders. Ooh. And that's when he's got to be looking up right there, because once he beats the first guy, that's not enough. There's going to be another wave of red coming at you, and he's going to have to look because there's open men out there if he can see it across that.
That is so true, Z. The Steel City Gators, they play a good weak side defense. That weak side defender is always going to be coming over. So, like you said, Lugo has his head up. He can hit that open player on the weak side.
And they're going to have to take the contact and try to get into the one-on-one situation here, and then obviously knock down these free throws. Lugo with his second free throw coming up. And he makes that one. They're on the board now. You see a number move before. There was some danger of being shut out in that first quarter, which I highly doubt's happened to this Warhawks team at any point this season.
I'm surprised to see they have 1 point with just over 90 seconds left in the first quarter. They're usually in double digits by now.
Driving the basket is Carson. Carson puts his head down like a running back and smashes into the defense.
He might be going to the University of Alabama for football.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sure they'd appreciate hearing that back home in Alabama. Number 30, Carson, steps up to the free throw line. He'll shoot 2. They're up 12-11. First free throw is short. Kellen stepping back into the game. Kellen was a force under the basket for them early on and got himself a quick breather in favor of Ringstaff. Both of them each have 2 points down low, and it's been Williams with 5 and Williams with 3 and Lewis with 5 so far. Carson gets that one to roll in.
Kalen's a very strong rebounder. He knows his role within this team. You know, he rebounds, putbacks, hits nice little floaters inside, 10 to 12 feet.
First pass is there. And that one's knocked away again by Carson. Bounces over to Pritchett. Pritchett will set up the offense. Lugo harassing him. And that's got to be his second foul.
I think that's 2 on Lugo.
Yep.
That's an important foul.
Yeah, Lugo has been a key player for them. They only have 2 on the bench over there for the Warhawks. Going to have to make a sub right now. And that is number 35, Sullivan, coming in. Well, Lugo's going to stay on.
Taking a chance. Taking a chance with him.
Yeah, still fouls. The first quarter, 1 minute left, and a key player in foul trouble. Drive the basket and just goes over the top. Hicks, and that's a jump ball. I think Hicks is used to just pulling those balls away, no trouble. And even though the players are smaller than him, they are plenty aggressive on this Steel City Gators team.
Again, now they've got past that first line of defense.
That was the right call there, though. Lugo drew the defense to him along the sideline here close to us and then threw it right in the middle where it was open. It was exactly the right move for him. And Sullivan just got his feet moving before the ball and wasn't able to make that play.
Got a little bit too excited. They just need to calm down. Calm down and play Warhawks basketball.
Yeah, they're going to have to bring some pressure of their own and see how the Gators like it.
And there you go.
There you go. The ball is there. It's bouncing around, and that will be Warhawks basketball with 30 seconds left here in this first quarter. 13-1 is our score.
Just as you say that, they start picking up the ball a little higher, putting a lot more ball pressure on the ball handler.
Preston being harassed by 2 defenders, 40 feet from the basket. There's got to be something open, and it is along the baseline, and that one in and out. But Hicks there to clean up the mess, and he gets his first bucket of the game. He's going to have to be big for them inside because they're pulling the defense so far out. It's got to be open down low if they can get to it.
Yeah. He's got the size advantage.
Kellen going to work on Hicks, and Hicks.
That's a good move.
Yeah, Hicks administers a bit of a mugging there, and looks like Kellen's going to shoot free throws as the quarter has expired.
That was a good move by Kellen. A little up and under move. Get him with the head fake, go right underneath.
Looks like Kellen's going to shoot a couple free throws. They're going to put 0.3 of a second back up on the clock. And Kellen will shoot 2 here.
It's a pretty good free throw shooter. And, of course, as I say that.
Yeah, you jinxed him,
yeah,
Casey. That's how it goes. Now, have you seen this squad? Did they come over for the U.S. basketball games last year? Or have you seen them another?
Yes, they have.
Yeah, it seemed like you were pretty familiar with this crew.
Yeah, they are. Coach Burks actually runs the Steel City program. He is our 6th grade, rising 6th grade U.S. basketball State Alabama coach.
Kellen gets that one to roll in, and that will be the end of the first quarter. A score of 14-3. It has been a thrashing. Lewis with 5, including a 3-pointer, the only one this game. Williams with 3 for the Gators. Wingstaff with 2. Kellen with 3, and Carson with 1 free throw. Georgia Warhawks being led by Hicks with a bucket inside, and Lugo with 1 free throw. It's going to take a pretty big effort for these Warhawks to find a way to break this press and consistently get into their offense. But we shall see what the second quarter brings for these two squads. Steel City made the trip from Alabama, and they're trying to go home with the hardware, coming out strong. They've blitzed through this tournament so far. 58-2 over Alpharetta lead, 47-6 over Top Notch, and 52-13 over HP. Today's game is brought to you by Sportal Space. Sportal Space connects communities through youth sports. Sportal Space, every practice, every game. Brian Zwerner and Kim Coleman here on the mic. We're excited to be here, and as we say this, they move it up to the left side to Carson. Carson eyeing the defense.
One of my favorite players right here.
Yeah, you said that. He came right in and scored it.
Good
Duro
pass.
with the bucket. Pretty identification, and he gets on the board. He is the 5th Gator to score so far early in this game.
They've got to start looking towards the middle of the court.
It's open right there in the middle again. There's Sullivan. Sullivan launches from the free throw line, and it bounces out. Duro with the rebound in traffic. He's got Carson up ahead if he sees him. Carson takes the contact, and he's going to go right at Hicks. Over to Kellen, and Hicks with the mugging. Kellen will go back to the free throw line, and that's 2 fouls on Hicks.
It looks
and
like
they cannot afford foul trouble. 2 players on the bench, and they just can't afford to lose Hicks right now. He is their only inside presence.
Hicks has 2 fouls. Lugo has 2 fouls. It's going to be a battle.
Kellen with a pretty free throw. That's his 4th point of the game. Hicks is going to have to take a seat, and we will see if anybody out there can fight off the waves of Red Gators coming in for the offensive boards, because the pressure is going to be on here on Preston and Sullivan to protect the paint now.
Yeah, it is. It is. They're going to have to pick it up on defense. They're really going to have to start picking it up on defense and look for some transition-type points. They need easy buckets right now.
That ball's up and away. Sullivan, ball bouncing around. Duro comes up with the offensive board. Duro's calling for it in the corner. He wants the 3. He sees it, lets it fly, and drains it. Duro had just come off the bench. He's screaming for the ball in the corner. Clapping away, and he drains it. Preston is harassed, trapped in the corner, and unable to make anything work there. This is getting out of hand, KC. It's 20-3, and the Warhawks are going to have to find a way to handle this pressure if they're going to have any chance of getting back into this.
And now you see why the Steel City Gator program is a nationally ranked program. They have shooters, they have ball handlers, they have size, they play defense, and they execute their offense and their defensive sets. They're well coached.
Yeah, even when the Warhawks have tried to bring the pressure, the Steel City Gators, they've got their head up. They're looking up the court. They've got that spacing that we talked about that they're going to have to work out. That's a nice movement.
Got to go.
Preston's got to fill that right lane for him, and they got to find him. And Carson pushed from behind, and he'll go to the free throw line.
They're getting the right idea. The problem is they have to start, instead of going up the sideline, because when they go sideline, they're trapping them. They got to go middle of the court and then flare the guards on the wings.
Yeah, they teach it young everywhere. That sideline is not your friend. It's an extra defender, and that's what they're running into here tonight. First free throw is good for Carson. That's his 2nd point of the game. 21-3 is our score now. Second free throw up and away. No good. Offensive rebound. Carson gets the bucket and 1.
I told you I like that kid. He comes off the bench. Remember Vinny Johnson from the Detroit Pistons?
The microwave.
Exactly.
Our younger viewers probably don't know who you're talking about. But Vinny, the microwave Johnson, is somebody we all know, and we are excited to see it. Carson absolutely playing the microwave. He's got 5 early going here. And a top play nominee, Casey.
I told you, he comes off the bench. He's already hot. He doesn't need to warm up. Well, they're dropping their press now into a 1-1-2-1.
Yeah, up by 21, backing it up, but still bringing the pressure. Again to the sideline. You warned them about it earlier. That pass was floating out there, and that sideline is not where you want to be.
Well, the Gators their back line is pretty quick, and they're long. So they're reading.
Duro saw that ball in the air, and he closed on it like a safety in football.
He did. They're still extending their defense up high, putting the pressure on the
If they can
Warhawks.
throw the ball over the top of these defenders, these shots are there for them. Works it inside, and that is, looks like Brown. We'll go to the free throw line. If they can get the ball over the top of that first wave of defense, they're going to have the numbers. All of a sudden, it's a 4-on-3, and they're going to be open shots for them. They just got to knock these down or make these shots count at the free throw line when this clock isn't running on them yet.
Z, you're right. The key is getting over that first wave of defense because, like you said, it'll be 4-on-3, 3-on-2, 2-on-1, numbers in their favor.
Yeah, this game's still got a long way to go. I know the Warhawks have started off a bit rough, but this is a good team used to winning, and I think they're going to stay in this one. I don't think they're going to give up. I don't think that's in their DNA. Now they'll bring their own pressure off the make, trying to get there, and easily broken. That's Williams, and Williams takes it down himself for the bucket.
Wow. Jeremiah, that's tough to press that. When you have
back to the middle, it's open if he sees it. No, he's going to take it himself. Brown launches the pull-up 3. I'm not sure that was the shot Coach Preston wanted.
He did a great job of breaking the press. The shot selection,
Yeah, he's getting a shrug from his coach over there because it was the right move. They found the opportunity to break the press, and really worse for this shorthanded Warhawks team, they got 10 fouls now in the first half, and not enough guys to split these fouls up with.
Not good.
And just like that, another wave of Steel City Gators are coming in. They got 3 guys ready to make the substitutions in.
Here they come, Z.
Duro with 6 points in this quarter. Duro with 6 this quarter. Carson with 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Gators already in the scorebook in this early going with still 4 minutes and change left in the second quarter.
That's how you win championships. That's why you become a nationally ranked team when you have consistent scoring across the board like that.
Preston with the rebound with Hicks. Hicks is set to check back in with his 2 fouls. That ball's floating in the air, and there's Duro. Duro looking to the Lewis. Gets it back to himself, and he'll put it in himself.
Is that an assist?
If you can get an assist to yourself, he did it, and we're going to write that one down as a top play nominee.
See, I did not see this coming. I did not see this coming. This onslaught by the Gators is phenomenal right now.
Love on the ground. He's got 2 Gators rolling on top of him. Williams draws the jump ball. All right, Coach the Warhawks is going to risk putting Hicks back in with the 2 fouls.
You really kind of have to at this point in time. You're down by 25 points. You need some type of offense. Some type of offense.
Preston's going to have to get shots up somehow. Nice move. Buckets up. No good, but he'll go to the free throw line here with 4:10 remaining in the half.
That was a great screen by Hicks, but he's got to be careful. He's got 2 fouls. You do not want to pick up a cheap 3rd foul. They got to make these 2 free throws. If they can stop the clock, get to the line, make free throws, they can gradually climb back into this game. But Preston missed the first free throw. They got to connect on these opportunities.
Yeah, clock stopped. Well, clock's actually rolling because they're up by 25. Is that where it kicks in? Yeah, so 25 points in a game like this, the clock's going to run. They're going to have to get this back down if they can get control of this one. And unfortunately, both of those rim out for Preston. Preston's really the engine for this team. He had 14 points in their semifinal game. He's been a top performer for them. And no break for Lewis. He's going to get called for the travel. Gators coach Burke's calling him back off a little bit. Only a 1-man pressure now.
But he gets a steal.
Yeah, that one man is McLean, and he's able to get the steal. He's going right at the basket, rolls over the top. Love with the rebound, trying to get it out of there, being harassed by 2 defenders. Ball bouncing around. And it looks like the call goes against the Warhawks. Nope.
Is it a timeout?
Yeah, timeout over there for the Gators. I got a chance to watch the semifinals of both these games, and I thought that was a little bit more evenly matched based on what I was watching. But Gators' defense has just been suffocating, and Warhawks really haven't even been able to set the offense up.
They haven't, and the Gators' defense, their press, has really taken the Warhawks out of their game. You know, with Preston and Hicks trying to bring the ball up and not having anybody in the middle and going sideline where the Gators are looking to trap the ball. It's been tough. It's been a tough first half for our Georgia Warhawks.
Yeah, the Gators are trapping. Even if you break the first wave of the press, they'll trap you again at the three-point line. I mean, they're trapping everywhere. There are open opportunities if you can maintain your composure and throw the ball over the top of these the double teams, but it can't be easy. These guys are big, they're long, they're aggressive physically, and amazingly, the foul calls are going against the Warhawks here. They've got 10 fouls, only 5 for the Gators. Even though it feels like the Gators have been the more aggressive team, the Warhawks have just been on their heels and have had to give fouls down low because they don't have the size to keep up.
Yeah, and that's so true because usually the most aggressive team or the more aggressive team has more fouls.
Free throws up and away, and it's good for Lewis. That is his 6th point. He had 5 early, and one of 2 3-pointers made by this Gators team, him and Duro with the 2 3-pointers so far. Second free throw up and away, and it's no good, but Kellen is there to clean it up. He kicks it out to Pritchett, and they'll reset. There's an open man in the corner for the 3 if he wants him. And Williams, he'll fake the 3, drive the basket, and makes the bucket.
Oh, that's a big boy drive right there, Z.
7 points now for Williams.
They're back into their press, and they're trapping again just as they cross over the half-court line.
That ball's bouncing around. Love tries to get it. It's not there for him, and that one is out to Lewis. Lewis with the razzle-dazzle to the baseline. McLean with the bucket.
Wow. I've never seen this against the Warhawks team, Z.
Yeah, score now 34-4. I mean, this Warhawks team averaged over 40 points a game themselves so far in this tournament and in most tournaments, and they've got 4 on the board with 2 minutes left in the half.
They were the #1 halftime sports team in Georgia. They've won past 2 tournaments. They came into this tournament as a favorite. But again, this Steel City Gators team, they're nationally ranked.
Yeah, they haven't just won. They've dominated themselves, the Warhawks, a 40-9 victory, a 37-10, and a 20-point win in the semifinals.
But see how they move the ball, Z? They're not – you won't find a player that's scoring 20 or 30 points for this team. They move the ball so well.
And the spacing is good. They're not letting the double teams get to them or bother them in any way. And every ball handler is going to get attacked by this Steel City Gators team. Nobody gets a free pass out here. That's a foul on the Gators. They have a 34-4 lead, and it looks like some more substitutions again. They go deep in their bench. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players already score out of their 10.
That's not bad. That's not bad. That's how you win championships. That's how
yeah,
you
this
win
team looks like it's ready to play at the national level for certain. Lugo out top, passes up the shot there. Love, a nice look inside, and he'll go to the free throw line, but that's going to burn most of the rest of the quarter. Free throw is not the friend of the Warhawks. They're going to have to get clean looks at the basket, or the clock's going to run on them.
I tell you, at halftime, Coach Preston's really going to have these young men regroup and really get after it in the second half. They have to create offense on their press and on their defense.
Yeah, it's a risk against the Gators. I mean, the Gators have been able to easily break any kind of pressure that they've seen. They've got a lot of ball handlers. They space the floor well, and they're ready for this type of pressure.
It might be best to throw in a 3-quarter press or even a half-court trap, but they have to start mixing up their defenses to try to throw the Gators off.
And those free throws are no good. It's still 34-4 with 44 seconds remaining.
Looks like the Gators going to look for the last shot here.
Oh,
or maybe not.
One too many passes there.
Maybe not.
Yeah, holding for the last second shot, a bit of an adventure at the 4th grade level, Casey. You never know what you're going to get if you ask him to make 5 or 7 passes.
That's
true. He was running on that one. Carson made a play on the ball.
How many turnovers do the Warhawks have in this first half? Zeke?
I haven't been adding them up, but it's got to be at least 20.
Yes.
That is Lewis with the behind-the-back move. Pulls the defense to him. Carson working it. He had McLean down low, didn't get it to him. 3-pointers up and away. And right at the buzzer, that is Lewis with the 3. 37-4 is our score here, and we have yet another top play nominee with 0 seconds left. 3 at the buzzer. This was not what we were expecting, was it, KC?
This was not, no.
No, this Warhawk team came in with an impressive record of their own. Had really been beating up on folks this weekend and 2 weekends ago. They haven't seen anything like this before.
I have not seen the Warhawks with 4 points, and especially not at halftime. They usually have 4 points in the first minute of the game.
Yeah, they scored 3 in the first quarter and only managed 1 after that, and it's been a tough go for them.
The Gators' defense has just been phenomenal. I have not seen a defense like this from a 4th grade group at all. Their defense their ball pressure is intense. They got kids filling the lanes, looking for steals. They look like defensive backs.
Yeah, they are absolutely ready for it out there. It is halftime. We got about 1 minute left here. We are at the Hoops to Dunk Cancer Classic from Halftime Sports. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Sportal Space. Sportal Space connects communities through youth sports. Sportal Space, every practice, every game. Kim, we got about 30 seconds or so before the half is wrapped up. Tell the folks at home what the Hoops to Dunk Cancer Classic means to you and what we're trying to do with this event here.
This is a very special event to me and my family. Unfortunately, we've been hit with a lot of cancer. I've lost my grandmother, my uncle, my mother to breast cancer, a sister and a brother and a nephew to cancer. So we do everything we can possibly to help the American Cancer Society as well as the local Georgia Breast Cancer Coalition chapter here in Atlanta. Half of the proceeds goes to the Georgia Breast Cancer Coalition Fund. So we're not just looking to find a cure. We're looking to eradicate this nasty disease. So we appreciate you and Sportal Space and all the teams and parents and players and coaches that have been a part of this special event for us, because it really is something that's near and dear to our hearts.
We are proud to be a part of it as well, and my family as well has been hit with cancer. Both my father and my father's father, my grandfather, both died from cancer. So happy to be a part of this event and help to raise money for a good cause, and cause that's dear to my heart as well. It is 37-4 as we are about to roll out here. Georgia Warhawks got the halftime speech from Coach Preston. If you're Coach Preston, Casey, what are you saying to these guys?
Oh boy, you try to get them remotivated. You got to tell them it's 0-0 right now. We got to draw up some type of press breaker to break their press. If they come out in a man, we get into our man sets. But right now it's 0-0, and we just got to get after it and be aggressive. Get back to Warhawk basketball.
Yeah, Steel City doesn't know about backing off. They ain't ever going to do it. That's not how they're built. But they are in a full-court man. Up ahead to Williams. Williams takes the contact and makes the bucket.
That's a big boy play right there, Z.
Yeah.
That's a big boy play.
That was hot. Williams took the contact, and no call, but he makes it. There's a nice attack on the basket. That was Sullivan. Sullivan fights for his own rebound. He'll launch, and he'll get fouled. Sullivan ain't having none of this pressure out here. He's going to do whatever it takes right now to try to keep him in this game, and I like the aggressiveness. He'll go to the free throw line. Let's see if he can knock this one down and cut into this deficit here.
Sullivan is such a good ball player, very smart ball player too. You don't see him make a lot of mistakes. Normally shoots very well from the free throw line, but I did jinx them earlier. So
there we go. Sullivan with his first point. Casey, what's the next halftime sports event?
The Spalding Classic, April 27th through 29th. We will be at Chattahoochee High School, Centennial High School, and surrounding areas. Look forward to having lots of these same teams with some new ones coming out.
And bucket is good. That is number 1 Williams, and that is his 11th point of the night. 41-5 is our score with 4 minutes left. And that's another steal by Williams. Williams will take it himself, and that's an easy bucket. He's got 6 already in this half. He's got all 6 of their points so far this half.
This is unusual. I've not seen this type of defense on Preston.
A lot of body there by Pritchett, but not putting his hands out, not reaching. Hicks working it outside. Preston will fire from 3, and it's good.
Now
that's going to help. And now Coach Preston wants them up, up, up. Let's see if they can stop this.
Look how disciplined
the trap is here. He doesn't see it coming, Ringstaff behind him, but no. Williams works it around to Duro. And they'll fire from 3. Nice rebound down low by Sullivan. Sullivan's going to try to push it. They can't be slow here. Oh, no. He throws it to Williams. Williams back to Duro. Duro, lefty layup, no good.
Although he missed it, I like that a 4th grader is shooting that layup with his left hand.
That was nice. Sullivan with the razzle-dazzle, the pull-up shot, no good.
There's bodies everywhere.
Lewis coming out from the pack. He's on his knees, throws it back, and it is saved by Ringstaff. Ringstaff will work it around to Williams. Williams makes the pretty move, drives the basket in, 1. Williams with all 8 points.
That's a big boy move right there.
That is another pretty bucket and 1 for Williams, and yet another top play nominee.
Got a strange feeling, Z. We're going to see a lot of these kids playing at the next level, and I'm talking about high school level. These kids have the potential to be high school and college ball players.
Yeah, they've really established themselves as one of the top teams out here, and we look forward to seeing their progress over the season and over the years. Lugo fires along the baseline, in and out. It's just not the night for the Warhawks. Duro comes out with it, and he's pushing ahead to Lewis. Lewis has got a man underneath. He finds him, just misses the layup. Sullivan, rebound behind the back. He better watch out. They're coming. And that's a double dribble. No help from the referees here with 2 minutes left in this 45-8 game. A number of substitutions for the Gators. We will be going live next with the 9th grade championship. 9th grade championship will feature the Game Elite 2021 Silver Adidas Gauntlet squad, sporting some 6'4" to 6'6" size. There's a lot of dunk potential in this game. My son is actually on that team, Casey. I am at a lot of the practices, and there is a heck of a lot of talent there. And they will be taking on the Derek Favors Celtic squad. Also a lot of talent there. And funny enough, my son played for them for 2 years as well. So real familiar with all the boys out there that are about to be coming as Kellen puts in the bucket. Sorry, check that. That was Carson, your favorite, Carson with the backside score there. 47-8 is our score now with 1 minute left in the 3rd. Rebound down low.
Is that on Lugo?
Yeah, we should have an exciting and spirited 9th grade championship coming up next, and Celtics will come in here. They've got a good squad to play together for a while. This Game Elite team has a lot of talent, but a relatively new group of kids playing together, so it should be interesting to see how that gels. This is only their 2nd tournament of the season for both of them.
That's going to be a high-flying, rim-rattling type game. That's going to be a very explosive game. Both teams are very explosive on the offensive end.
Referee call behind. It looks like Kellen got a little mixed up with someone there. And it's going to be a technical foul, I believe, on White on the Warhawks. There was a little bit of players getting mixed up down there, and referees were not happy about it.
Got 2 of the best referees out here in Georgia doing these championship games here at Roswell. That's always a plus. Keeps things under control. Also keeps the parents under control, too.
Lewis with the first free throw. No good on the technical foul. And that's the buzzer to end the 3rd. One more free throw for Lewis before this quarter ends, and they'll try to go up by 40. Score of 47-8. You know, if you're Coach Preston, at least you got to feel good that quarter score was 10-4. A little more manageable there.
It's a little bit more manageable, but you know, Coach Preston, the competitor that he is still furious about pretty much the lack of effort that his team has put out early on. They got punched in the stomach and didn't respond early.
Well, if you want to see a little more about these Georgia Warhawks, check out the feature we did on the Warhawks. It is a Hard Knocks, HBO Hard Knocks style look behind the scenes. We followed the Georgia Warhawks at the U.S. Basketball Regionals 2 weeks ago here, and you'll get a great look at this special young group of guys. Yeah, they might be falling tonight, but they are a good team. They are a team that normally wins quite a bit, as Kellen puts in the bucket. And then it was a lot of fun, Kim, spending the day with these guys and getting to know Coach Preston and his squad.
Good.
And you can see a look at a feature presentation from Sportal Space on that. And that is McLean running at him. They're going to call the foul there. 5 minutes and change left, and the score of 49-8. Got a chance to see a Georgia Kings versus Georgia Kings, all Kings final in the 5th grade. I don't know who won, but I'm pretty sure it was the Kings.
It was the Kings. It was a very close game until the last 3 minutes of the game. Very close. And the Georgia
shout
Kings
out to the
West
Kings.
actually pulled away in the last 3 minutes.
Nice
of that
play
game.
ahead for Preston, and that one's just not going to roll in. Lugo still battling. He'll fire it, knocked to his butt. Rebound down low. Preston not able to get it to fall either, and he swipes at that one. It's going to be another foul call. We are scheduled to be live again at 4:15. The Derek Favors Celtics versus Game Elite in a 9th grade game. Features a lot of players that contributed at their varsity squads as freshmen. Tremendous amount of talent coming into the gym for this one. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch these two run up and down the floor. Fast-paced action. Both these teams scoring 60, 70 points a game in a number of their contests. So it should be a well-played game. It should be a high-scoring affair, and it should feature some of the top freshmen in the state of Georgia, across Atlanta and beyond.
That's going to be a fun one, Z.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
See some kids above the rim hitting threes. That's going to be a fun championship game.
Calling for the ball out top is Spears. 4 minutes left, up by 41 here at this point. Gators really just running the clock out. Nice to see the Warhawks are still bringing energy here. They're not giving up either.
They're playing hard. They're playing to the very end. Which
Carson
is great.
lets fly from 3, no good. Kellen underneath. No size down low with Hicks on the bench, and they're really struggling to rebound the ball. Swiping at him, and he's pushed to the ground. He'll go to the free throw line with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in this game. You never know what you're going to get when you schedule a championship game for live broadcast at this age, Kim. This one, we got all Steel City Gators coming over from Alabama and bringing the hardware home for the trip back.
It's been a good weekend. I had an opportunity to see the Steel City Gators last weekend up in Alabama at an event, and they were just as dominating as they are this weekend. Just very well coached, very skilled. They don't say a whole lot on the court. They just play hard, and they just play basketball.
Yeah, and these kids, many of them will be back for the U.S. Basketball Championships in August. Casey, tell the viewers at home a little bit about the U.S. Basketball Championships.
Well, this is our 3rd year hosting the U.S. Basketball games. Alabama brings teams from 5th grade. Actually, all the states bring in teams from 5th grade through 11th grade. We have Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Ohio. We just added Mississippi. It's continuing to grow. It's the best of the best from boys rising 5th grade through 11th grade. They play in 2 days here in August 11th and 12th at Lake Point Sports.
And we will be live for all the action in Sportal Space. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. We even can be followed on Snapchat. There ain't much on there, but we try our best to connect with the youth every which platform. And certainly subscribe to our YouTube channel to see the live action from across the state. We don't just bring you basketball, KC. We also are out there with baseball, lacrosse, and soccer at the high school level. We had a wonderful doubleheader game near and dear to your heart, the Milton Eagles fighting against the Walton Raiders in a boys and girls doubleheader last week. Walton pulled out both wins in a matchup of 2 top-ranked teams as Preston scores there. And we will be live on Wednesday night, just back where I was yesterday at Centennial High. They call it the Fortress, their stadium for football, lacrosse, and soccer. We will be doing a lacrosse game. They're one of the top teams of the state as they take on Northview Titans. The Northview Titans, coached by Ned Case, who also
be a good game.
plays a role on Sportal Space as a broadcaster. He did a number of our basketball games as a play-by-play man. We're excited to support Ned Case and the Northview Titan lacrosse squad. Last minute of this game, it's been a rough one for the Warhawks. I'm sure they'll bounce back. Not used to seeing this type of competition on a week-in, week-out basis, but playing in games like this only make you stronger and prepare you for the rest of the season and everything else they want to try to accomplish.
What do you say? What your mom would always say? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and Steel City Gators will go back to Alabama with some hardware and another notch in their belt, and we'll see what these guys can do at the national level as they continue their season. Steel City Gators in red, running out the clock here, up 51-10, and that will just about do it here. Preston with the rebound. He gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line, and that'll run the rest of the clock off. We'll be back live in about 20-25 minutes with the 9th grade championship game elite versus D-Favor Celtics, 2 top squads. A lot of 9th grade talent, a lot of guys who played freshman basketball in the varsity level. So you're going to see a real good one here, and that is your final score, 51-10. We'll stay live for an extra minute here as the trophies are handed out to the winners and to the runner-up. Stick with us live here for another few minutes as we see the teams get the hardware. 51-10 is your final score. Today's game brought to you by Sportal Space. Sportal Space connects communities through youth sports. Sportal Space, every practice, every game. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on the latest in high school and youth sports across Georgia and beyond. We are live with a number of things in the spring high school season right now. You've got baseball, lacrosse, and soccer, boys and girls, and then obviously basketball tournaments and our partnership with Halftime Sports. We will have the trophy presentations to the champions and the runner-up. Coach Preston coming out for the Warhawks. They had a great tournament, and they came up just a bit short here. But a great team and a lot to be proud of for their effort here. No shame in losing to a top-ranked national team. And our champions, the Steel City Gators. And the trophy being handed to the Steel City Gators from Alabama.
Steel City Gators.
Congratulations to the Steel City Gators. We thank you for joining us here on Sportal Space for the Halftime Sports Hoops to Dunk Cancer 4th grade championship. This is Sportal Space signing out.